This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, the bad actors naked shorting AMC are getting more desperate. Okay? And I don't know if the desperation is from those Brazilian BDRs that are more than likely under investigation for fraud in Brazil, or because they know that Paul Atkins is against naked shorting. He's against robbing and stealing from retail investors. I don't know the exact reason, but everything I'm seeing tells me that these AMC naked shorters are getting more desperate. They're getting so desperate that they got Citigroup putting out price targets that don't match the fundamentals. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. But it just tells me how desperate they have become. And what they have accepted, I believe, is that retail investors are not going to sell them their shares at this ridiculously low price. And I'm not telling anybody to buy, hold, or sell AMC. I'm just saying that after being down 96%, a lot of retail investors are in the play not just for the money. It's for the principle. And I've said this before. A lot of retail investors are holding on to their AMC shares just for the principle of it, because they don't want to let these bad actors get out of this play at such a cheap price. We're not going to let them go. Okay? They need to be held accountable to what they've been doing to retail investors over the last 5 years. They have robbed from probably 4 to 5 million AMC investors, and the SEC knows what they did. The DOJ knows what they did. The FBI knows what they did. And they're doing absolutely nothing about it. But hopefully, Paul Atkins will step in and do something. Am I optimistic? No. But is there a possibility? Yes, there is a possibility. But you guys know that I believe we will get justice in the civil court out of the MMTLP lawsuit, the NWBO lawsuit, my lawsuit. We're going to get our hands on those blue sheets, on that trader history that they've been fighting tooth and nail not to give up. And like I tell you guys all the time, if that trader history wasn't so corrupt, they would have gave it up already and ended the lawsuit. But they can't give it up. They can't give it up. And you know why? Because it shows all the fraud and corruption in the market, and it's going to force the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI to do their job and protect retail investors and enforce the rules of the market. Anyway, here are the AMC numbers. These numbers mean absolutely nothing. 6,045,352. We can't really see exactly what's going on in the dog pool. But even on top of that, these guys do private trades that they don't even report to the exchanges. Okay, we knew they were doing that, but they just fined one of them for doing that like last week or something like that. Okay, 33.6% of the volume was shorted shares. So somehow they found 2,100,000 AMC shares to short into the market and manipulate the price. Yet the SEC, the DOJ, the FBI is refusing to ask them where those shares came from. And guess what? The short exempt went up to 25,783. You know what I've realized? These guys switch up on their manipulation vehicle. Whenever the percentage of the volume is shorted goes down, the short exempt always goes up. Okay? That is what I've noticed over the past 2 years, that these things fluctuate. And you know why? Because they don't want to get bored with the manipulation. So they use different tactics to manipulate AMC. And yes, everybody knows what they're doing. I mean, it's just too obvious. But somehow the SEC, the DOJ, the FBI for 5 years didn't see anything that required an investigation. And they're still claiming they can cover all their AMC short positions in 7.67 trading days. If they could have got out this play in under 8 days of trading, they would have exited and been as happy as can be, okay? But they can't get out. And the reason they can't get out, because of the greed and because the SEC refused to rein them in when they first started robbing and stealing. The SEC let the situation get too out of control, in my opinion. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think that these guys mix up the tools they use to manipulate AMC every single day? Anyway, have a great day. God bless. And I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.